Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into an absolutely incredible story that brings together ancient engineering and modern science. We're going to explore exactly how cutting-edge imaging techniques revealed a hand-powered Greek astronomical calculator hidden deep inside a pile of corroded shipwreck fragments. Seriously, it's a mystery that bridges thousands of years, connecting ancient mathematical astronomy with the kinds of X-ray technology we use today.
Okay, to really wrap our heads around this marvel, we have to rewind to a pretty remarkable discovery. Picture this. It's the year 1901. A crew of Greek sponge divers is working in the dark, freezing seawater near the island of Antikythera in the Mediterranean. Down in those depths, they literally stumble upon an ancient shipwreck. Naturally, they start recovering artifacts, right? Well, among the treasures they haul up to the surface are these weird, heavily encrusted fragments. To the naked eye, they just look like, corroded rocks of bronze and wood. But they were holding a secret that would fundamentally rewrite our entire understanding of ancient technology.
Section 1, Discovery in the Deep. Let's look at what they actually pulled out of the water.
So, right off the bat, we need to understand that the Antikythera Mechanism didn't survive intact. Actually, after sitting at the bottom of the ocean for over 2,000 years, only about a third of the original device survives today. And even that one-third, it isn't just one nice, coherent piece. It's split into many highly corroded, super fragile fragments. We're essentially looking at a shattered, incomplete puzzle where the corrosive seawater has basically eaten away the vast majority of the pieces. Figuring out how this machine worked means somehow working around massive, massive gaps in the physical evidence.
But here's the crazy part. Despite only recovering a fraction of the device, researchers found an absolute marvel of engineering hidden inside. Within those few corroded fragments, more than 30 bronze gears were preserved. Just think about the implications of that for a second. These aren't just simple, crude wheels. We're talking about a dense, highly mathematical system of compact bronze gear trains packed tightly together inside what used to be a wooden case. Finding a mechanism with more than 30 precision gears in an artifact from ancient Greece completely stunned the scientific community. It proved that a level of industrial and mechanical capability existed back then that we literally had no idea about.
Section 2, A Mechanical Cosmos. Let's see what all those gears were actually doing.
Now, you might be wondering, was this just a really old clock? Well, not exactly. The Antikythera Mechanism wasn't a clock that just ticked away the seconds. It was a highly sophisticated calculator driven by a simple hand crank. When a user turned this crank, it drove the linked bronze gears, which in turn mathematically tracked repeating astronomical cycles. So by turning the handle, you could literally fast-forward or rewind time on the device's moving dials. These dials tracked absolutely crucial data: intricate calendrical displays, the quirks and anomalies of lunar motion, and even predictions for eclipse possibilities. It was basically a machine perfectly designed to predict the sweeping rhythms of the universe, right from a tabletop.
And the sheer brilliance of this mechanism is really in its dual complexity. On the back, intricate spiral dials tracked two completely different timelines. One rear spiral followed a 19-year calendar cycle, mapping out time and agricultural rhythms over nearly 2 decades. The other spiral? It used the 223-month Saros cycle, which was directly tied to tracking eclipses. The mechanical engineering required to make a single turn of a front crank mathematically calculate both a 19-year calendar and a highly specific eclipse cycle at the exact same time? It's just staggering. A real game changer.
Let's pause on that for a second. The mechanism relied heavily on that Saros cycle. So what is that? It's a 223-month repeating astronomical period. Ancient astronomers figured out that after this highly specific sequence of months, the sun, earth, and moon returned to basically the exact same relative geometry in the sky. Because of this returning alignment, eclipses repeat. By building this exact cycle physically into the bronze gear teeth, ancient engineers created a literal machine that could mechanically predict when the next eclipse is possible. They took the abstract math of celestial mechanics and literally forged it into working bronze.
Section 3. X-rays reveal the truth. This is where modern tech enters the chat.
So, because these bronze pieces are completely fused together by centuries of corrosion, it's not like you can just take them apart to see how they tick, right? Instead, modern laboratories had to unlock the mechanism sequentially without destroying the artifact itself. First, advanced X-ray scanning peered entirely through the thick layers of corrosion, while surface imaging captured the absolute finest exterior details. This combo successfully exposed the hidden gear teeth inside the bronze fragments, which allowed scientists to count them and reverse engineer the complex math driving the whole machine. And to top it off, these imaging techniques revealed thousands of tiny, previously unreadable inscription characters. It was effectively an ancient user manual built right into the metal plates of the device. How cool is that?
Section 4. Evidence-based models. Let's talk about how we fill in the blanks.
Remember how we said 2/3 of this device is still lost to the sea? Well, figuring out the missing pieces requires some intense scientific rigor. Any proposed reconstructions must be strictly tested against the surviving physical evidence and the inscriptional evidence recovered by those X-rays. If a modern scientist proposes, say, a theory for how the missing gears might have fit together, well, that theory has to perfectly align with the translated text, the exact physical spacing of the remaining fragments, and the mathematical logic of the gears we've already counted. It's like a giant puzzle where most of the pieces are missing.
And because of those massive missing pieces, the scientific consensus is very clear. Every modern reconstruction remains an evidence-based model. We really can't present a debated modern reconstruction as a complete 100% certainty of the original device. Researchers propose these working models cautiously. They are always tethering their ideas to the hard, unyielding evidence recovered from the wreck. It's a constant, rigorous process of refining hypotheses against the surviving bronze.
But even with those cautious boundaries, the concrete takeaway is just astonishing. The Antikythera Mechanism definitively proves that ancient Greek engineers had the capability to turn abstract mathematical astronomy into physical, working machinery. They understood the cosmos so well and possessed such advanced mechanical skill that they could calculate the heavens with bronze teeth and spirals more than 2,000 years ago. It completely reshapes our view of ancient science, proving for sure that complex gearwork existed way, way earlier than we ever assumed.
It really leaves you marveling, doesn't it? Thinking about what else might have been created in antiquity and what else might still be hidden beneath the waves or buried deep in the earth, just waiting to totally alter our understanding of human history. So to wrap up our explainer today, I want to leave you with this question. Which lost ancient machine would you most like to see working? Thank you so much for exploring the hidden gears of the Antikythera Mechanism with me, and keep questioning the incredible history of our world.